All right, I am back again drawing. This is something I saw it on hike the other day, and I hike this route all the time, but I was hiking it with my friends, and I noticed it on the way through the woods, and it was a little hole in the bottom of a tree. Let's see. And it was filled with like a little cluster of mushrooms. I'm like, you don't see that unless it's out of a fairy tale. So we're gonna doodle up a tree with some mushrooms in it. Actually, you know what? We'll figure this out. I'm just drawing out of my mind. I know. We'll do the hole with the mushrooms in it with the ground, and then we'll do the whole side around it be the tree. It is quite normal when drawing, if you're just starting out, to erase. So we could do a little bit of grass. We'll add some color to this as well. Some leaf foliage. And then mushrooms. I love drawing mushrooms. They're so they can be so simple and so complex. If I will eventually do a tour of this sketchbook, and you'll see I draw mushrooms quite frequently. I have a short one back here. Absolutely love little mushrooms. They taste good too, but I wouldn't recommend eating them out of the woods unless you're an expert forager. I don't trust myself because there's several super deadly mushrooms that literally look and taste identical to the not deadly ones. I don't trust myself to pick out the correct ones. Sorry if the top of my head is getting in the shot. I am so used to getting my face all up in there when I'm drawing. Yeah, it was a lovely hike. I had hiked this path like for weeks, and I never noticed this hole in the tree filled with mushrooms. It was very fascinating. And they're just simple brown mushrooms. They look like this, even though mine aren't going to be crazy realistic. I feel very lucky that I'm able to film twice in 1 week. Normally, I don't have this kind of time when school is going on. Because life gets busy. And it's okay to get busy, I think. To just have stuff going on. And then I think one more. right here. Actually, a cute little one down here too. Maybe one more. Alright, that should do it. Super cute. And it's okay when you're drawing to do sketchy lines. And then we can do some wood grain. So we got the nice sketch going. Have some, I think this rock should be a little mossy. I don't do a ton of color work, and I want to do more color work, so. And since last time, I have indeed found a pencil sharpener, which is good. Hopefully the pencils decide to cooperate. I have a strange issue when sharpening pencils, where I will sharpen it, and then the tip will instantly break. And it's kind of frustrating. But this time, it seems to have cooperated. It helps that these pencils have been in a case. For a while. Now here's the fun part. I think this screen, let me test it on the back of this drawing off to the side. That brown. And then this green, I think are perfect mushroom colors. Oh yes. Actually, we could add a little bit of moss. I'd like to start developing my art style more. And the only way to develop your art style is to make art, so here I am. I'm not gonna go crazy with the shading. If I wanted this to be like superb quality, I would take more time, but I might go back and make it more superb later. Are the pencils actually going to cooperate today? That is quite nice. Nothing beats a pen on paper, or a pencil on paper in this case. Yeah, it is such a good time of year to go out and just see the world. I absolutely love the fall. It's just, right now all the leaves are changing. All the colors, everything is bright and vibrant, and honestly, all the best activities happen in the fall. You get pumpkin picking, you get to dress up in Halloween costumes, apple picking. I haven't made it apple picking yet this year, which is a shame. I live right down the road from an apple orchard, but I've been so busy. I think I got all the mushrooms there. Perfect. Now we can go back in with the brown I wanted to use. there's an extra stem here. I don't know where it goes to. Is there a lighter tan? How will this look in here? Today, when I was out and about, I went for a little jog today, which was quite pleasant. The most fascinating way, the leaves just started falling all around me. It was one of those moments. I was just alone on the street, and the way the leaves were falling and the way the sun was setting, it was something else. What a lovely moment it was. I also learned I need new shoes. My feet were angry. They did not like running in those shoes. I was hoping they would last a year. They did not last a year. So, I'm gonna swing by a sports goods store tomorrow, or an outdoor store. Hopefully they have regular running shoes. I know they have trail running shoes, which I've been meaning to get, but, you know, we'll see what they have when I get there tomorrow. They are literally the store is literally right outside where I work, which is quite pleasant. It's also tempting to buy flannel since it's a camping store. They have good quality flannel. I've already bought a flannel there this year when I was there for a camping headlamp for night runs. They didn't even have to upsell me. I just saw the flannels and went, ooh, these are quite nice. Hopefully the camera's not shaking too much. The desk is shaking. Quite like how these are turning out. They look kind of mossy. And lo and behold, the pencil sharpener is once again needed. Wow, that sharpened beautifully. Most excellent. And now I'm waiting for the tip to break on me. I mean, the interior graphite of these pencils should be intact. They've been sitting in the case undisturbed for I don't know how long. It's been quite a while. I was looking at this sketchbook and we're almost done with it as far as number of drawings left in the sketchbook go. So I'm gonna have to get a new sketchbook at some point. I technically do have a new one, but that one is for a very specific purpose coming soon to a theater near you. I have a fun video series I want to do that will also help me develop my art style. But we will see. These are super cute. I love it. You know, whenever I go to the trail for training, I should pay more attention to my, pay more attention to what's off the beaten path, because when I'm running, I'm usually focused on what's dead ahead of me and not what's off to either side. And who knows how many times I ran past the log with all the little cluster before I saw it with my friends. I'm slowly roping them into my insanity, don't worry. They said they were willing to crew for me for my first ultramarathon, so now I'm going to do research so they know exactly what a crew would need to do. And they said they would happily feed me food while I slowly deteriorate over the course of 31 miles. What are friends for, you know? I've decided, and I know this is crazy, but I've decided that I'm not running any races that are greater distance than 5K until I run my 50K. The main reason for that is I think it'd be hilarious to show up to a 50K only ever having officially run 5Ks. Now, my current training, the longest distance I've done is 10.6 miles, which isn't too shabby for starting off training, only a few months into seriously training for this ultra. So I think I can do it. Technically, this year's race is this weekend, but I don't think I have it in me to run a 30-mile race this weekend. And besides, I'm celebrating a birthday with a family birthday, so that's more important. But next year, we'll be able to plan more. And I'll be able to take the vacation days I need for it off. Okay, let's add some more moss. I quite like moss. Nature's carpet. It's so nice to draw. I have been really productive today, so it's nice to wind down and do some drawing. And I think these mushrooms I'm going to give them a bit of an aura, I think. You know, who knows? The Fae perhaps know these mushrooms. Don't go into radiation zones. It's where the Fae live. Honestly, just remember to bring your magic beans if you go anywhere, because they will ask if you have your magic beans. And if you don't have them, you'll have to answer their riddles. Sometimes those riddles are really tough. Readjust in my seat right quick, because I can't sit like a normal person. You can't see much more than just my notepad, but I sit in weird configurations. I don't know what it is, but I like drawing mushrooms that are glowing. I know that sounds weird, but I don't know. Just having magic properties. And we're going to get a really dark brown. To fade it into the black background of the log. Where was the moss color I was using? Is this it? Kind of droopy moss. I'm changing art direction. Instead of it being inside of an upright tree, it's inside of a hollow log. And you get that kind of droopy, cobwebby moss. You know, this is honestly feeling kind of nostalgic. Reminds me of when I was a kid and we'd go to our grandparents' house and they didn't have Wi-Fi, so there wasn't a ton to do. But my grandmother bought us this big old pack of crayons. And I'm talking the fancy 64 pack. The whole kit and caboodle. And that was the coolest thing. Getting to draw art with those. I did so much drawing, and that's kind of where I started developing my abstract art style. Was over there. I had time to draw. I don't know if I'm going to get the glowing effect quite right, but that's fine. I'm kind of new to using colored pencils, so more about just making something and then getting it perfect. It's been forever since I've taken an art class. I took one for my bachelor's degree, but we didn't work with colored pencils. We worked with charcoal, and every class, without fail, I would leave the classroom looking like a coal miner because the blending sticks that we were supposed to be using to blend the charcoal, I refused. I could not use it. And my teacher did not understand. He's like, why don't you use that? But like, it's a texture thing. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So I would blend the charcoal with my hands. And it works if you don't mind getting a little art pudding on you. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good class and I learned a lot of techniques, but we didn't work in color and we pretty much only did still lifes. Which is fine. I understand that, like, that is a very good place to learn how to draw if you're... And a lot of people prefer those because they don't need a reference. Or they have a reference, they have the object right there, and they can tell that they're developing the technical skill because the object they're drawing, or their drawing looks like the actual object. So I get it. I truly do. But I prefer drawing things that aren't still lifes because they're not as stressful. I'm not worried about making it look exactly like the thing. Even if I had a picture of the mushroom log, I don't think I could use that as a... Oh, I guess I could take it from my phone and put it on the computer screen. But, maybe someday I'll take more drawing classes. We'll see where my life ends up, because you never know where you're going to end up. Like, every so often I'll be just walking to my desk or driving to work and be like, how did I get here? Oh, I'm always wondering how I managed to pull this off. And I bet in however many years, whatever I'm doing, I don't know what that'll be exactly. I haven't planned that far ahead. I'll probably be thinking the same exact thing. It honestly feels weird drawing actual things. Not bad. Alright, now we want some browns. For the ground. If I'd planned ahead more, I would have done more in perspective. But I'm terrible at planning ahead. I have no idea how long I've been drawing for. I haven't been timing myself. Just do some rough around the edges. One of the nice things about colored pencils is you can get a lot of texture. Quite like it. I always just draw my trees kind of rough and hairy. I don't know why. Maybe I'll do some bark studies where I'll go take some photos of bark. Got kind of lazy around the outside, but that's okay. Let's do the ground a little more. As I say, as I start continuing on the bark. Turned out very interesting, but I think I'm going to call it there for now. I might come back and visit this piece later, but it was a fun doodle to just, get in the groove of things, and I really felt like drawing and filming tonight. Sorry if I wasn't as talkative. I was really focused on drawing. With that being said, stay creative and have a good one.